Hello again, chummies. It's 2024. Happy New Year and all that stuff. Anyway, it's cold out there. It's cold in here. But I did venture out last weekend into the cold and grey. And contrary to my efforts to declutter, you ever try that? Doesn't work, does it? Anyway, I of course, compulsively acquired more things. I mean, not too many, as you know, but I couldn't stop myself. So anyway, first off, this is Devil's Soul by Victor J. Now, I don't know a lot about the author. I just did a little cursory search, and someone over on the Vault of Evil board, which if you're not familiar with it, I'd suggest you check out. They suggest that if Dennis Wheatley had been suing for plagiarism, then that court case would have lasted about 5 minutes. In the case of this, which rather sells it to me, really. So I've never heard of Victor J. It looks like one of those vaguely sexploitative occult type of things. Still in his wrapping. I haven't delved in yet, but it can't really be bad. Can it be bad? I don't know. What do you think? Next up, now I didn't know a lot about the author. It looks like he was some kind of showbiz goss type journalist, establishing his reputation in the 60s. He seems to have specialised in the Beatles. Here we get the expose of, I suppose it's a rather vanished world, this sort of thing. I think even by the 90s, he got lampooned on there was an Alan Partridge episode, wasn't there, where, he's kind of, whatever the equivalent of the culture wars or whatever was back then. Alan's tried to sort of resuscitate the dying format of the beauty contest, which, if you're not familiar with that episode, have a look. I can't speak for this. I've not, it was like I say, a bit of a compulsive purchase. I can't imagine this is, I don't know what to expect from this. What does it say on the back? Over the years, one Miss World or another has ended up in a mental hospital after contemplating suicide, caused a sensation at a variety club luncheon by turning up in no underwear, cried in Eric Morley's office, worn a padded bra. Jesus, people were easily shocked back then. Had plastic surgery after been seduced by a playboy who says, I cannot settle for second best. It doesn't look that. Yeah, I might have spent £6 on a bit of a dog there. I don't know. Anyway, I shouldn't be too negative. So I gather he died last year after a long career in this sort of thing. Next. Well, this has this look about it that I immediately thought this looks like one of those sort of confessions spin-offs. I mean, it's Mile High Club stuff, right? Now, I did a little digging, and it turns out, all right, by the author, Penny Sutton. It turns out Penny, I'm sort of putting that accentuation on the name for a reason, specialised in this sort of thing. There's a series of titles, all vaguely suggestive sort of thing concerning ladies in the trolley dolly profession, one of which is called I'm Penny Fly Me. I think there's another one called Jumbo Jet Girls, which is apparently that's quite valuable. This isn't, evidently. I spent a couple of quid, £6, but anyway, on further digging, it turns out that who would have thought Penny Sutton is in fact our old friend. He is an old friend by now. I've covered about 3 of his books already. Christopher Wood. Christopher Confessions Wood is him writing under a fake name in order to, I suppose, it probably, I don't know yet, it probably claims to be the first-hand recollections of various sexploits at 30,000 feet. But we'll see. Anyway, lastly, no, don't run away. It's an Albert Goldman. Now, if any of you have been sort of delving into the Elvis-themed things I've been doing, of course, the name Albert Goldman looms large as this kind of a bogeyman within Elvis world, although evidently not quite the bogeyman not on a Red and Sunny West level bogeyman. I think probably because people don't expect loyalty from Albert Goldman. But anyway, it's odd because there was a bit of, incidentally, thank you the people that were chatting in the Elvis threads. It's been quite lively in there lately, and there's some interesting conversation going on. So if you're one of those, thank you. It doesn't pass me by that people are engaging. But anyway, so weirdly, coincidentally, I stumbled over a copy of this at a cheapish price, which I've not got very far into it yet. It has a reputation of being, I suppose, one of Goldman's kinder books. It's not, I don't think it's so much the kind of hatchet job that the Elvis or the Lennon. I've not yet read the Lennon one, but I don't think it's quite the hatchet job that those have the reputation of being. I mean, I've got this far in, right? It's pretty revealing. I mean, it describes some fairly scabby sort of stuff going on, but I think the difference is that less reputational damage. I don't think anyone, as far as I know, is particularly invested in any kind of saintly image of Lenny, who's incidentally lauded in The Stranglers' No More Heroes. Whatever happened to dear old Lenny, I think refers to him. But I mean, it's pretty sort of low-lifey, grimy, druggy stuff, but I think Goldman is writing it from a point of view of admiring Bruce's talent, but being upfront about the behind the scenes stuff. So Goldman, it's like I say, it's a bit thematic. I am probably going to be having a bit of a marathon with Goldman, if all things going to plan. But yeah, I mean, so far he can write. That's the thing. He has that reputation of being this kind of Rottweiler, but the guy could write. And like with the Elvis book, you spend a few minutes and you flick it open. Once you're through the first page, you're in, kind of thing, whatever your standpoint. So yeah, not bad. A pretty good little haul, really. Anyway, yeah, happy 24. I hope everyone's keeping warm and doing all right. And yes, I meant to keep this short. I will keep this short. See you next time.